Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Board members present. To my left is Rory Acree, the fire chief, and to his left is Mary Moore, the library director. Elsa Thompson is the administrative assistant to the city administrator, and she will be taking the official meeting minutes. First item is a public hearing, privilege license request, LIC 2018-17, beer and wine package, 2875 South Cobb Drive, Good Luck Corner, LLC, DBA Chevron Food Mart, with Mohammed Ashhoff as the agent. Can you step to the podium, please? Good morning. Can you state your name for the record?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Mohammed Ashraf.
Okay. And have you received a copy of the city's alcoholic beverage ordinance?
Yes.
Okay. And have you read it, and do you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you agree to abide by the guidelines?
Of course.
All right. And you've completed the responsible alcohol sales class?
Yes.
All right. And what steps do you have in place to make sure that your employees do not sell alcohol to underage persons?
In my register, we have...
And speak into the mic, please.
Okay. In my register, we have a pass thing, like you have to put your date of birth. If it is not, they are not going to sell it. It says no.
Okay.
And we have to check the ID. We learn which one is fake ID. They teach us.
Okay. And then what other training do you have in place for your employees?
The same thing I got. I'm giving them training every time. I don't have any new employee now. Which one I have, I train them.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant?
Good morning. Good morning.
Is Mary's working?
Can you hear me? Mine is working.
Maybe you
Yes.
can just use her mic.
Yeah.
I'll just speak loud.
No problem. I can hear you. Yes. No. In Cobb County, yes. Yes. I own that business. Yes. Every day, almost 6 days a week, 8 hours, 9 hours I work there. You're welcome. Thanks.
Any other questions? Do you understand that from time to time the Smyrna Police Department does undercover stings to, and if anybody does sell to a minor, that they'll be taken to jail immediately?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And the Smyrna Police Department did do a background investigation, and there was no information that would preclude issuance of this particular license. So with that said, this is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, I ask that you please step to the podium at this time. All right. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Madam Chair, motion to South Cobb Drive.
Second.
Thank you.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve privilege license request LIC 2018-17. All in favor, please vote. All right. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Next item is a public hearing, privilege license request LIC 2018-18, beer, wine, and liquor pouring, 1260 West Spring Street, Suite D, Iron Fist Kitchen, LLC, DBA Iron Fist Kitchen, with Ezekiel Jean-Louis as the agent. Is Mr. Louis here? Okay. Step to the podium, please. Good morning. For the record, can you state your name?
Ezekiel Jean-Louis.
Okay, speak into the mic, please.
All right.
Have you received a copy of the city's alcohol beverage ordinance?
Yes.
Okay, and have you read it and do you understand it?
Yes.
And do you agree to abide by the guidelines set forth in that ordinance?
Yes.
And you've completed the prerequisite responsible alcohol sales class?
Yes, I did.
All right, and what measures or steps do you have in place to make sure that no one at your restaurant sells alcohol to underage persons?
We'll do a secret shopper, where we have them come in and routinely check, and then we're gonna have we'll have it posted everywhere, and everyone has to be checked for identification. That's the rules. That's it. We're not gonna it looks over 40. Just ID everybody.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Any questions for the applicant?
Not personally, but I've been doing this for 25 years, so. I'm the chef owner. All the time, every day. It's my new home.
It doesn't have anything to do with this.
Absolutely, so am I. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
What kind of food will you be
I'm
serving?
going to do Southern Asian food. So I took the Southern greats, and there's a lot of similarities with the Asian greats, and I just put them together, and then I have some just Southern and some just Asian, so a little bit for everybody, but
Okay.
it's going to be really good. I can. My house is open. I'll be practicing today as soon as I leave.
What will be the hours of operation?
I will be open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and then Friday, Saturday till 10 p.m.
Okay. Any other questions? Do you understand that from time to time the Smyrna Police Department does undercover stings, and if any of your employees sell alcohol to minors, that they'll be taken to jail immediately?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. The Smyrna Police Department did do a background investigation, and it revealed no information that would preclude issuance of this particular license. So with that said, this is a public hearing. If anyone has any comments they would like to make, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve LIC 2018-18 privilege license request, beer, wine, and liquor pouring, 1260 West Spring Street, Iron Fist Kitchen LLC, doing business as Iron Fist Kitchen, with Ezekiel Jean-Louis as agent.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve privilege license request LIC 2018-18. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next item is a public hearing, variance request V18064A, allow encroachment into city's 50-foot undisturbed stream buffer for construction of a freestanding carport, land lot 458, 0.58 acres, 915 Reed Road, Kenneth and Linda Vanderpool. Can you step to the podium, please? And for the record, please state your name.
Kenneth P. Vanderpool.
Okay.
Linda J. Vanderpool.
Okay. And you have two variance requests, so can you tell us about your first variance request?
Yes. The property that we have, we've been in this location for 35 years in Smyrna.
Okay.
And lifelong residents here. We've had a continuing problem with water drain coming down our driveway. We've worked with the city folks many times. They've redone the front driveway entrance, everything, and it's a difficult piece of property.
Okay.
We were told that we needed to construct a retaining wall to protect the stream bed behind us. Mm-hmm. And when we looked at that situation, we realized the retaining wall would offer us an opportunity to put a flat portion on the retaining wall and actually construct a freestanding garage, because we have our
Carport.
Excuse me. And because our lot is completely heavily wooded with trees, a lot of hickory trees, and one of our cars looks like it's been through hail damage. We cut down several trees, was not enough to take care of the problem. So we wanted to put a covered carport, not attached to the house, but adjacent to it, in that same location where the retaining wall had to be for the flow of water. And the city has worked with us remarkably well in planning this out so that we could solve two problems at once.
Okay. Any questions for the applicant? All right. Okay. Well, you all can have a seat on the front row, and Joey Stobbs from Community Development will make comments.
Joey Stobbs, Planner 2, Community Development. Applicants requesting a variance to allow encroachment into the city's 50-foot undisturbed stream buffer. The existing home is already legal non-conforming, being within the 50-foot and 75-foot buffer. So any addition to the house would require a waiver from this buffer requirement. As the applicant stated, they've worked with the city engineer and staff to alleviate some of the stormwater issues with the site. And we've reviewed the request. We just have two conditions: that approval be conditioned upon substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the application, and two, prior to issuance of building permit, the applicant will obtain approval of the stormwater management plan from the city engineer, which they've already been in discussions with the city engineer. We're just putting it in writing.
Any questions for the staff?
Neighbors have been informed of everything going on?
Yes, neighbors have been notified, been posted on the property. We've heard no complaints from anyone.
Okay.
Correct. 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 Exactly. Correct.
Okay. Any other questions? This is a public hearing. If anyone has any comments about this issue, please step to the podium at this time. All right. And for the applicants, do you accept the two conditions as stated?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. All right. All right. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve variance request B18-064A to allow encroachment in the city's 50.
Second.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V18064A. All in favor, please vote. All right. Motion passes unanimously. Next item is a public hearing, variance request V18064B, allow reduction of side setback from 10 feet to 2 feet for construction of a carport, land lot 458, 0.58 acres, 915 Reed Road, Kenneth and Linda Vanderpool. Any additional comments about this variance request?
Yes, I'd like to just point out, there's a new home construction that's taken place behind our home.
Okay.
And in order to have sewage run from that location to Reed Road, they had to go cut across the stream bed that goes through our property. So the homeowner builders association came to us and asked for permission to do that, to make that, and we agreed based upon one condition of our own, and that was the lot right adjacent to ours would never be built on. It's heavily wooded. They agreed to that. They've since been trying to give that lot to us, to deed it to us. So the 2-foot buffer that we're talking about is not anything that would encroach upon an existing piece of property that's defined. It's all wooded. So
Okay.
therefore, unless you really knew the property, you wouldn't know that there's anything that it's not our property there
Yeah.
itself.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Any comments for the applicant? All right, Joey Stobbs, Community Development, please.
The applicant's requesting a side setback reduction from 10 feet to 2 feet for the same freestanding carport. Due to the orientation of the existing home, there's just limited buildable area to the side of the house where the driveway runs. As the applicant mentioned, the adjacent property is vacant, undeveloped, so there would not be any negative impacts on that property. We've reviewed the request, recommended approval with the same 2 conditions previously read.
Any questions for the staff? Okay. And for the applicant, do you accept the 2 conditions as stated for this variance request?
Yes, we did.
Okay. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak regarding this issue, please step to the podium at this time. Seeing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion, please. Okay.
I had one more question briefly about the property next door. So you're in the process of having that deeded to you, or you're still working it out? Right now it's owned by the HOA?
Yes, the HOA owns the property. There's been...
Speaking to the mic, please, Mr. Vanderpool.
I'm sorry. There's been a little resistance from one person on the board who said he doesn't ever want to give away any property. We respect that. The board has started to consider a 99-year lease for $1 kind of thing, so that effectively we could achieve the same thing. We would maintain the property, they would still own it.
Is there some protection of the trees and the foliage in the covenant? Or, I mean, let's say the property passes into somebody else's hands, is there some protection for that property in the future?
Since it's so heavily wooded, we have experienced a nice arrangement of, we will let them know when trees are encroaching or damage, maybe need to get cut down that might fall onto our property. This house was built way long ago in 1979, before a lot of the covenants that exist now took place, which is why, the variance issues, we are already too close to the stream and that kind of thing. And then we have a lot of property behind that butts up to this neighborhood as well. So we've had this ongoing discussions. They've come and cut down trees. We did have one incident a while back where one large tree limb came and hit our deck and damaged the stairs up our deck. They came and repaired it with no problems. We've had a great relationship with this HOA. So I don't anticipate any issue like this. They... Yeah.
I can't say that we have.
Yeah. But we do have a history of working well together, and we have a common purpose. One of the person who's the president currently of that HOA is very heavily involved in through the University of Georgia outdoor programs to do with vegetation and stuff, and she comes and walks the property frequently with us.
I know her mindset is very.
Yeah, couldn't be a better relationship in that regard.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion, please.
I would like to make a motion to approve variance request V18-064B, allow reduction of side setback from 10 feet to 2 feet for construction of a carport, land lot 458, 0.58 acres, 915 Reed Road, Kenneth and Linda Vanderpool.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve variance request V18064B. All in favor, please vote. All right, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Next item is approval of the October 10th, 2018 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the October 10, 2018 License and Variance Board meeting minutes.
It's been motioned and properly second that we approve the meeting minutes for October the 10th, 2018. All in favor, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. I'd like to declare this meeting adjourned at 10:20 a.m. Thank you.